Hello, my messies. It's me, Rose Messy, back with another messy video. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, share, ring that notification bell so you know every time I drop a messy video. Again, welcome back. Guys, let's get down to the mess. Okay, now we all know that Wendy's back in the news again. Over the holiday, Charlamagne the God from the popular morning show podcast had some contact with Wendy over the holidays. She asked Charlamagne to reach out to her, and they're good friends. We all know that Charlamagne, from my understanding, Wendy gave Charlamagne his shot. I don't know if it was for him to go solo from the Breakfast Club or how that works, but some kind of way Wendy helped Charlamagne the God's career. And he owes her loyalty, and he's very loyal to her, and he often checks on her, throughout her turmoil with her illness and things of that nature. So Charlamagne came on the Breakfast Club the other day, and I'll show that clip in just a moment, that he did contact Wendy during the holidays as a request, and he said that she sounds good, she sounds in her right mind, and he feels like she could come back to radio at any time. Maybe not a full television series, a television show prime time like she had before, but definitely radio. And we all know the media queen is truly missed. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Sherry Shepherd. I'm not taking nothing away from Jennifer Hudson and none of the other, Tamara Hall, none of the other ones that do the celebrity gossip and pop culture. Not taking nothing from our three ladies, but nobody can touch Wendy Williams. I mean, whenever there was a hot topic, the first person I tune into, I want to hear what Wendy thinks about it. Because it's just, she has that charisma. She has that certain je ne sais quoi that could really give you the gossip. And she has the inside, you know, information that no one else would know but Wendy. Okay. So even if she just could do like a 30-minute podcast, maybe have a couple of celebrities on, give her a take on hot topics, what's going on in politics, pop culture, whatever. Just a 30-minute podcast from Wendy would satisfy her fans, the naysayers, and everything else. I would just really love to have the queen of media back. Anyway, I'm going to pause right here, insert this clip from Charlamagne the God in the Breakfast Club, and I'll be right back.
Spoke to Wendy over the holidays. She seemed perfectly fine to me. Like, Wendy sounded like she could do radio tomorrow if she wanted to.
You reached out to her. She reached out to you. How did it happen?
Me.
Oh, she called you.
Yeah, and I don't know what incapacitated means in regards to dementia or whatever it is they say she was dealing with. But no, there ain't nothing incapacitated about Wendy Williams.
How was her energy? How was
she sound like Wendy Williams? I'm trying to tell you, like there was she didn't skip a beat. She actually said to me when she called me, she was like, "Why are you answering the phone like we just spoke yesterday? We just talked last week." Like she wanted me to be more excited that she called me.
Stop acting like you sit on my lap, nigga. What's up?
Exactly. No, that's exactly what it was.
Really?
To the point where sometimes you be on, like, I have the phone on like my shoulder.
Yeah.
I was washing my hands because I peed, and
we didn't have to hear that part. Okay.
I'm just saying. And
all
then,
right.
And I guess the phone must have said record or something like that. So the phone says, and when I saw it, I stopped it. So it said
recording conversation.
Stopped.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Are you recording me?" And then she was like, "No, you wouldn't do that." Like, so it's like she's perfectly normal.
She said she wanted to come back to media. Did she say anything about that? Like, she wished she could be giving us all the tea?
I don't want to say all of that.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, she could do radio tomorrow if she wanted to.
All right, you heard what he said. He did not deny whether she said she was coming back or not. He just said he spoke with her. She sounds great. They were asking him questions like, "Did you ask her, was she coming back or not?" He was alluding. Now, he may be helping her. Charlamagne may be helping her. I felt from that conversation that something is in the works. Like, we all keep wishing, okay? We all keep wishing. But I just want to show this clip here of recently when Wendy went to her son's graduation, Kevin Jr., and how she cut up out there about her hub around and the people that's supposed to be watching out for her. That let me know right then that Wendy was in her right mind. How was she going to be so incapacitated or so out of her mind? I don't believe those rumors. I don't believe those rumors. I believe Wendy is playing this to the nines just so she won't have to give Kevin any money, Kevin Sr. any money for alimony and things like that. I really, really. So I'm going to insert the clip here of when she was at Kevin's graduation and how she let her caretakers have it for leaving her hover round unattended. And I'll be right back.
A frail Wendy Williams was spotted riding a mobility scooter in a rare public outing amid her devastating dementia battle. Williams, who was diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia in May 2023, was a proud mom as she attended her son Kevin Jr.'s graduation from Florida International University. The beloved American television host arrived at the event on a mobility scooter in a stylish sequin black dress. Photos from inside the event show the mom of one beaming as Kevin Jr. received his diploma in a traditional blue college robe. Her outing comes after a family insider exclusively told DailyMail.com that Wendy is more clear now than she's ever been, following her guardian's claim that she is permanently incapacitated.
And then both of you walked away, leaving my in the middle of the street like this. Just get the car, please. Make sure it's the right car.
Wendy, what happened? What'd they do?
They got the wrong car. So I knocked on the door, and it was totally wrong car. They left my scooter as they walked over there, leaving my most precious, this cost a mint. They just left my out there. Get the car over here, not over there. Where I can go easily into the street for the car. You're supposed to be ordering the car. That's what you're supposed to be doing. They want to work for me. That's what they're doing. They're making money for me. Get the goddamn car.
Okay, you heard her. You heard. Now tell me that's not a person that's in their right mind. Now she might be a little eccentric and over the top, but Wendy is, listen, ain't nothing wrong with Wendy Williams. She could do a podcast, okay? Wendy, please come back. We miss you so much. Anyway, I have a couple of more clips I want to show you as well. And I wanted to show you Kevin's latest interview he did with another interviewer and get a take on. She asked him specifically what was going on with Wendy. And let's take a look at this clip and I'll be back.
Why and where? First of all, why can't I find any videos of Wendy anywhere? You were the executive producer. We want answers and we can't get answers. Where's her legacy? You go on YouTube and everything is gone. Her Instagram is gone. You know, she's been doing this for many, many, many years. Where is her videos?
Mercury, what happened with that? They erased her videos when the Sherry show was starting. They didn't want any distractions of the legacy. I think that's crazy. I think that Tasha, maybe you and the audience of passionate people who are so opinionated, maybe they need to start a campaign. They took the videos down. They took down 10 years worth of work. And she's not in a position to really fight for her own right now because she's trying to, get herself together. I'm in a position where, from where I stand, I guess you could say I'm kind of fighting for the legacy still because I'm suing them for what they did to me. And, that's going to keep, alive, so to speak, everything that's happened. I think that's very bad. It's very sad. I also think that it's sad that, aside from, you asked about the way that the show ended. I think the show ended very shitty. I think that the people in the production company knew that there was a way that they could have involved her still in the show.
Okay, Kevin, you broke now. Listen, all that money he had access to, let me tell you something. Karma will come back and bite you in the what? Okay, he got to pay child support today. You know what? I don't feel one bit. I don't feel one bit sorry for him. Not one. He even have the nerve to want Wendy back. And it could be for good reasons that he feel like her conservatory should be with her, within her family, and it should be either her son or himself, or her sister, or someone else that that loves her and taking care of her. It should be like a stranger that's controlling it. But how do we know Wendy isn't doing this? How do we know that Wendy isn't pulling these strings and acting like she doesn't want it to be strangers? You know what I'm saying? She could have been afraid. She could have been afraid that with her illness, with so many vultures out there, that people were going to take advantage of her. Now, let's talk about this lawsuit that's going on between A&E television networks and Lifetime Entertainment. Now, we know for a fact that Wendy's conservator, Sabrina Morrissey, I think I'm saying her name correctly, Sabrina Morrissey, she tried to get ahead of the documentary and she sued. She wanted to do she put a hold. She wanted to put a hold on the docu-series. She didn't want it to come out, and I think it was because of the docu-series did shed light on how they were treating Wendy. I don't think she was in good hands. I don't think all her handlers had her best interests, and it showed that. And I believe that's why Sabrina tried to stop the documentary. Now, let me tell you something. What A&E and Lifetime did, they turned right around and countersued her back. Okay, and let me read a little bit of it from US Today about how A&E and them are handling this. And I think this may have a lot to do with when Wendy will be able to come back to radio or media, because they have this fight going on. It says A&E television networks and Lifetime Entertainment Services have brought a counterclaim against Wendy Williams' guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, who sued the network over a docuseries that released about the former television host. According to legal documents found November 15th in New York, this was last year, the entertainment companies are seeking the costs and fees they incurred for defending themselves for Morrissey's lawsuit against them. The companies argue in their counterclaim that Morrissey sought to inhibit the exercise of free speech and harass publishers by forcing them to spend money to defend against the baseless suits. Okay, so US Today has reached out to Morrissey representatives for a comment. The companies also allege in their counterclaim that Morrissey's lawsuits against them were prompted by the desire to protect their own image. And yes, they look bad. They look bad. The jeweler guy that was with her, he's no longer part of her team anymore. And I'm going to drop a clip of the most, I think maybe the most watched scene of that docuseries. I'm going to drop that before we end. It was only when Morrissey realized the docuseries would question the quality of her own guardianship of Williams that Morrissey suddenly decided to try to ensure the documentary would never be released. Okay, and Lifetime was like, "No, ma'am, you're not putting mess up our bag." And millions of people did tune in. Okay. Millions and millions of people did tune in because Wendy is well loved. Even if it was just for the looky-loos, just to look on, it doesn't matter. She still got millions and millions of views. And it did shed to light a lot of stuff was going on. I don't know what it means to have lots and lots of money. Like, what's her name? The other young lady that had the conservatorship. Oops, I did it. Britney Spears. I don't know what it means to have lots of money where you have lots of insurance policies like they did on Michael Jackson. When Tyra Banks said that she had to lose weight, and it was an outrage. I'm jumping around, but I'm just trying to make a point. Years ago, when Tyra Banks from America's Next Top Model gained weight, her handlers, her team were very upset because Tyra's body is her image, right? And they wanted Tyra to lose weight. And it was a big uproar. Why should she lose weight? Da, 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 da. Well, Tyra did come out and explain her body is insured for millions and millions of dollars, and that's how she makes money, and that's what her net worth is based off of her looks. So Tyra had to lose that weight, And I'm not saying she didn't have any infidelity issues, but she had a surrogate to have her baby. Because, of course, she was having it at a later age. So it could have been several reasons why she had a surrogate. She could have had a surrogate because to preserve her body for, for her protection of her clause in her contracts. Or she could have had it, of course, for fertility reasons, because she was having some fertility issues because she did have a child late in age. But she says that you are insured. So just like Michael Jackson was insured for all that money and he should have been in a conservatorship himself. As quiet as it kept, he should have been. But anyway, so I don't know if it's because how much Wendy is worth, the reason why she's in this conservatorship, because I don't see anywhere where she was mishandling her funds, or I don't know. But anyway, I don't understand how that works. I wish somebody would come out and tell exactly why they had to have these conservatorships. And the only thing that I can think of is what Tyra said about they have millions and millions of dollars of insurance policies based on whatever your talent is, and your net worth consists of that. And if it's in your contract, blah, 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 blah. So maybe that's it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm rattling on. Let's get back. I'm going to show this clip of the infamous scene from the docuseries, and then we'll close this out. Okay, here we go.
I wish you would get liposuction. Okay. What the brand is this? UGG. UGG? Yeah. Put it in the same position, please. Close it all the way. Dumbass. No. Go downstairs, please, and order something and make you fatter. Okay. All right. See you in a sec.
Wendy is, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing wrong with Wendy. Okay? She might do it to have a little alcohol brain syndrome, or whatever they call it. She may was smoking a little too much weed and drinking a little bit too much alcohol. But I don't think Wendy is so far gone in her, where she can't think and pay her bills or whatever. She may need someone to help her, of course. She may need someone to make sure her judgment is done correct, because Wendy's a giver. She loves people, she trusts is easy and things like that. But I am praying for Wendy. I'm praying for her health. I'm praying for her safe return back to media. Just, I think it would make her happy, and just from listening to Charlamagne the God, I believe something is in the works. If you all feel the same way I feel, or if you don't, drop down in the comments and let me know. Do you think Wendy should come back to media just to do like a simple podcast? Not like before prime time. I think that maybe would be too much for her. But maybe a podcast, something she can set up herself. She doesn't have to have a whole bunch of people around her to do it. Just a couple of, maybe like a producer and a cameraman, and somebody to give her hot topics, somebody she could play off with, like how she did Norman or something like that. That would be awesome if her and Norman could get back together and do that podcast, and he could be like her wingman or whatever. That would be awesome. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this story about Wendy possibly returning at least back to radio to do maybe a podcast or something. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, share, ring that notification bell so you know every time I drop a message video. Until the next time I make